Oh, it's the wrong one. There we go. And my thing is still, just gotta take that off. There we go. Good morning. I don't know. It's really not morning. No, we'll say that. Good morning. And welcome in. I'm tired. When am I not tired whenever I start these? I complain about being tired, but I start these at 10. So, like, no wonder I'm tired. Also, why is my camera deciding it's gonna shoot? It's like, no, I'm not gonna lock in. I'm just gonna aim way on over this way. You can see it slowly turning. Oh, this is fun. We, maybe lock this in. I need to grab the... You see this? We are in fact tech professionals of some sort. We in fact know how these things work. Supposedly, perhaps, mayhaps, we do understand how cameras work. I am very tired, or very quiet, I should say. I think the game's pretty much louder than I am. So we gotta turn ourselves up a little bit here. Fall Boy's online. This is Aviassembly. Let's actually pop into... Boom. Oh, we gotta get YouTube chat. We gotta make sure y'all are on screen. Kind of think I'm gonna move y'all over here for today. Yeah, there we go. That'll work. Yeah, this is Aviassembly. It is a very, very fun, calm game. I have to start a brand new game. Played through this once. I'm hoping it doesn't save any of my planes. Can I? Options. No, I don't. I'm not able to delete previous planes, so we gotta hope that it goes ahead and wipes that data. But yeah, we're just gonna basically we're gonna go ahead, build planes. That's all we do. I feel like it should have played a cutscene there. Not too sure why I did not play one, but you know, we'll do what we can. We gotta turn mirror on. Now, do we want to go ahead and build ourselves? Let's see, we're gonna make you like that. Nice and shortened up on that. Now we're gonna extend that one out. Right, does that profile look right? I think that needs to come in one more, so it slopes down. Do we want to build ourselves a biplane here, or do we want to go with a monoplane? Because we're not gonna have a ton of lift. There's a center of gravity right underneath the cockpit right now. Okay, that's not bad. Our drag, pretty high drag in this area. That's the only thing is, if we go with a biplane, we're gonna have a lot of drag. That'll be interesting. We can try it though. Very much does not want to. Just turn that off real quick. That doesn't seem right. What extra pieces do we have here? Wooden struts. I think we gotta do that. That ought to... yeah. That's why we just need to do this. Is this too far back? This feels like this might be too far back. I think we'll stick it there for now. And we'll come along, place some wings on this thing. Is this too high? I don't know. I can't tell you what a biplane looks like off the top of my head. We'll toss some struts in there. I don't know if these actually add any support or anything. I'm gonna hope that they do. But if not, we're just adding more drag for effectively nothing. You guys, can I undo that? Can I flip you? And then turn you guys. That's not right. We gotta flip them. That was not right as well. Can we turn them? Flip them. I feel like we need to flip them 90 again. They look as if they are not going the right way here. Unless, do they just have the same angle and it just looks like they don't? That may be what I'm seeing. No, that's definitely a different angle right there. It wasn't letting me flip it before is why. And now we just slide these guys across and bring them up. And probably back. That looks like it's a little too far forwards there. Can we introduce them a little higher up into here? The drag look like? Yeah, it's very high drag. We're out of money anyways. We can't do a biplane. I forgot that money was a factor here. So we have to do a monoplane. So now my airfoil is actually upside down, so we should just get rid of that. We'll stick with this. Gotta add a little color. To our plane. I think we'll run orange and blue. Nice Gulf racing colors. Very classic. We need wheels as well. Just nice small rear wheel and something at the front. Just about there. It's a very aggressive takeoff angle. Let me try and bring you up a little bit. It should be a little more manageable. Now, I don't think we can paint. Oh no, we can paint though. Make you orange. I don't think I can paint you though. Nope. Alright, for a first plane, that'll have to do. Haven't got anything better. Oh, there's air intakes. Hold on, that all is new. That must have been what the downloadable content was. So I bet you can slap those on the front of stuff. Put that on the front of a jet plane with the engine pointing out the backside. Probably that. I think that's. Oh, hey, I just realized. Still forgot to turn this back on. There we go. Now we're actually sitting inside of the little thing. Now let's see if no. There was no cutscene. Does the cutscene play after we take off? Maybe. I don't see any... No cutscene. Is this a thing with having already... Yeah, no cutscene. For reference, there was an earthquake. That was all that the cutscene was just a little earthquake thing. I say little. It was very large, caused a ton of damage around the island. Which, yeah, I mean, map progress is reset, so that's new. Slide on in. Bird flew into a wind turbine. Oh, you know what? It doesn't seem like it's happened just yet. Okay, that's right, because those are still up. Let's select this one. We need to pick up medicine from the hospital. We forgot to refuel. We're gonna turn back around as we smash into the ground here. Can we reset and repair? So we kind of smashed into the ground on that one. I think deliver 2 small batteries. Yep. Now the question is, will this plane get off the ground? Just barely. We don't have a way to decrease drag or increase power, so I would very much appreciate if we had more thrust, but we don't have the cash to be able to turn this into a biplane. Or sorry, not thrust, but lift. And touch down there. Now we do have a bit more cash. Four small batteries and 2 big batteries. I don't think we can pick up any big batteries yet. Here's the cutscene, okay. Down goes the radio tower. So we will refuel, take 2 medicine. Oh, we can only carry 1 medicine. We'll go back to base then. We can edit this. We need to be able to hold 30 cargo in order to what's his face? There we go. That is excess space that we don't need to have. I can just get rid of that. No, I can't do that. That's why that is just 1 big one. Okay. Now we can hold 30. We can pop out onto the runway, start researching some stuff. We have the lift to take off. What we didn't have was the power. I don't need a small fuel tank just yet, because we're running around just the local area. Get rid of that one, and we'll toss a more... I can't put the more powerful engine on just yet. Okay. Maybe I should have gone for the other one. Either way, select the quest for the bird, and we should be able to pick up 2 medicine and just skip on over to the wind site, the wind farm. There's birds. Don't hit those. Slow it down here. Shouldn't be too heavy. Should just be able to take off nice and easily here. Oh, okay, the front decided it was going to dip on us pretty heavily there. Could y'all really not walk over and get the medicine? It was not that far. Like, not far at all. $45 coins. Now I think we should be able to... We need 3 medicine, 2 tools. I think we should be able to, I didn't want to do that. Get the new engine, upgrade the size of the plane, do a little research. Doesn't look like we got any new scraps. So we'll just go ahead and edit. Yes, we know that. And we can toss... No, we still don't have enough for the new engine. So we're going to have to try, I guess, and make a biplane. I don't know if the drag is going to offset everything that we can do with the increased power or increased lift. We don't have enough money for that anyways. Let's reattach that. Paint it back up, and I guess we just gotta, now we can, oh, I forgot you can make spots. I think we should be able to extend you. Oops. We might be able to get away with a plane that long. 50. It's gonna be kind of rough. Now I wish I had a slightly more aggressive takeoff angle. This plane also is, the thrust to weight ratio is not very good. We are moving significantly slower than we were on the last run that we made. I don't know if we're going to be able to carry all 3 of these medicine over. I think it's going to be pretty tight if we're going to make this take off. We're going to have to try and shoot in between these trees. Yeah, I did not give myself enough run up or enough runway there to safely make that. We made it up, but that was a little tighter than it should have been. Gotta collect tools at the lumber camp, which is way up in the top left of this island. We're gonna go ahead and get ourselves turned around here, because we need to take batteries back over here. Quick spin around, get ourselves onto the runway. It's like I don't want to be too far back, but I also don't want to. If the further back we are, the more fuel we need, and the longer our flight takes us. But it gives us more time on the runway to pick up speed, which we desperately need since we don't have the most powerful or a powerful engine at all on this plane currently. And this is a close enough run that fuel's not too much of an issue. There's 45 more coins. This has to be enough for us to be able to put a new engine on here. Don't have any scrap yet. No, we're still... I was gonna say, I don't get how we're still short, but it's because we, whoops. Extended that. 48. May as well just make it 45. And that'll actually improve your performance. No, I like that orange a little bit better. Now we can take off. How much does a big battery weigh? Is that 45? We should check out the weather station because I'm not sure we can that we can lift a big battery. We'll find out here. We're gonna head right on over to this place and sort that out. Infinity, how are you? Oh, we've got wing stress here. And low fuel. Okay, we definitely need to upgrade our wings. I'm fine. How are you doing today? I've got myself just another cup of coffee here. So I'm big chillin'. Alright, we need thank you. We need 10 more cargo to be able to... Oh, we are gonna crash, aren't we? Yep. I did not get myself turned around there. Where is... Let's get to the weather station. So we need 10 more cargo to be able to carry the big battery. We just got ourselves some scrap, which we should also get some more. I think this might be another lumberyard mission. I don't remember too much. Building is becoming unsafe. Yeah, material, so that'll be another lumberyard. Yeah, so we'll have to get up here at the lumber camp. This is Aviassembly. It's a fun little game. I feel like I saw that it was actually a mobile game that got ported onto PC. I might be misremembering or incorrect on saying that. But I picked this up over the Steam Summer Sale. Let's return to the base. See what we can do. Not here. We need to research. We can get a new tail wing, fuel tank, get a new cockpit, and that'll give us 10 more cargo. But how much more will the cockpit cost? That's the question. Steel wheels would be a good idea. Small balloon. Not entirely sure what the balloons do. What is that? Air brakes. That must be air brakes as well. So we could pick up the steel wheels, or we could save our scrap to be able to get new wings, which we might need to do, seeing as we're running into stress issues on these current wings. So we can't pick up the batteries. We might be able to deliver batteries if... Oh man, I'm not sure. Can we extend this enough? That's going to take 15, cost 3. What if we shorten it that way? No. That's going to cost us 23. That's not going to work. So we would have to get rid of the improved engine, put that on the front, and then extend this back. Still need to go back for another 3. Now we want a more aggressive takeoff angle. Get it pointed up. We'll see if the plane actually takes off like this. This is a pretty long fuselage. Alright, it took off, but that was a struggle. We're gonna have to make a pit stop at the medical facility or the hospital to refuel before we continue on to the batteries. I'm not sure we're gonna be able to get the plane off the ground with a big battery in it. We might have to do a touch and go landing. When you get under 25, that menu that you've been seeing pops up. The refuel and cargo menu. That'll appear, I think, under 25 speed. So we'll try and hover at like 24, refuel, and then gun it. Hopefully we can get into the air with a battery on us. We are coming in. Yep. Well, that'll be a reset and repair anyways. Which, now I think we need to turn around. We're facing the wrong way. We are, in fact, facing the wrong way. And get ourselves as lined up as we can get. Don't have a ton of runway. I started a little too far up. But we have a little gap right here that we can try and shoot through. We might be driving to this place. Yep. We are essentially just a... We are just a car. Which I do wonder if that is a feasible strategy in this game. Is just build a car. No wings. Well, I guess no front wings. You probably need a rudder to continue turning left and right. Or yawing left and right. Oh, that's a ton more cash. Alright, we'll finish this one up. And that'll be probably a ton of scrap, a ton of cash. Not too bad of a, what's its face? Not too bad of a haul for upgrading the plane. Hopefully we'll be able to put new wings, new engine on there. We're gonna need better front wheels, so these wooden ones aren't gonna last us. Ease on down into the landing this time. Don't blow up the rear wheel. Here we go. Alright, yeah, now I've got a ton more runway to attempt to work with. I'm still not sure we actually have the lift to take off. We're just about staying in the air through brute force. More like a powered glider, if anything, than a plane. Alright, that's a mission well done. and 15 scrap, so we can get wheels and new wings. I think we can afford ourselves a fancy new cockpit as well. Bulletstorm, welcome in. We're gonna go ahead and completely trash that plane. How much does that one cost? 200 versus 100. That is gonna take up a decent amount of our money. Down to 570. We might need to stick with the old cockpit for a little bit. Extend this on back. $33 on that. Let's see how much the new wheels are gonna be, and the new wings. Little funky looking, but it works. And we can just toss a tail on this. I'm gonna have to shorten this up a little bit. All right. That's the blue we were working with. Were you blue? I think the wings might have been orange. That just about looks like the colors that we were using before. Seems right. Still hold only we're holding a significantly less amount of storage than we were previously. I mean, we're holding 50. That's still 5 short of what we were just on. Select a new quest. The hospital looks like it's good. Can we get 2 tools? I mean, we can definitely try. Gonna be kind of running out of gas, I'm assuming. So we'll be hopping from airport to airport. There should be 2 airports in this area, and I think a farm up this way. So we'll see how this goes. Oh yeah, you can see the fuel's already getting low. I blew up my back wheel. I came in a little too hot. You gotta get 7,000 yards, meters, whatever it is, up that way. Oh, the scrap right there. We're definitely gonna have to go ahead and land over at the wind farm now, however. We do not have the fuel to be able to go anywhere else. Now we're actually going to come in for a nice soft landing, or soft as we can get it. Can we make this? No, I don't think we can. We'll stop at the town just to top off and be able to grab some coin. I sound like a D&D character. Grab some coin from the town. Pirate or something. What's your favorite favorite D&D class if you guys have played? Or Baldur's Gate, either one. Basically the same thing. What jobs do they have? Because they're a wee bit closer. Yeah, 5 batteries. Batteries are 10 weight, I think, so I want to say we should be able to just get all of that in one run. If we've got the power and the lift for it. That's the stipulation there is we should have the capacity. Do we have the physics? Because as we saw earlier, unidentified pattern noise. I'm not sure what pattern noise they're talking about. But yeah, small batteries are 5. We've got extra power, we've got extra lift. Yeah, see, we didn't need the assistance of a hill to launch us into the air there. So this plane is definitely better, and we'll be able to extend the fuselage on it at some point. I have 5 more scrap. Can I get fuel tanks on 5 scrap? I think I can. I'm not sure we have the money for it, but we can definitely get... We should definitely be able to research small external fuel tanks, which I have found you can pretty much just shove to the inside of your vehicle, and I'm pretty sure then it is no longer affected by the drag since it's hidden inside the fuselage. So, you know, kind of I guess a little scuffed way of doing it, of making an internal fuel tank, but it is what it is. What else do they need? 5 medicine. Those are 15 each. We can carry the first 3. Fruit's right up there. That's going to be a timed one. Just the fruit will expire. I did not mean to open up the menu. Can we take off, please? There we go. Wow, we already used half our fuel just turning around there, or did we not refuel? I'm very confused. Half fuel usage on takeoff is... Yeah, I'm definitely going to need to try and get some extended range on this thing. Maybe we could run it with the old engine? I don't know if we could. Be something to try and look at, I guess. Ooh, we're coming in a little hot. Nose up a little bit. Got a little too much power still on that. I have to swing this around here. Yeah, we can only take 3. We'll have to make a second trip. Which at the very least will be... I want to slow down real quick. So we can get way up the runway here and still be able to take off. Just like this. 3,000, we were 4,000 away, something like that. 3,000, 29, we're at half fuel now, at 26, 25. We cut speed. We should be able to pretty much just coast on in. Yeah, we're maintaining a good amount of speed on this landing. Low fuel, low schmule. We are cruising right now. I guess it helps the fact that I've played a little bit of, I'd say played a little bit. I know life to this game and played the entire campaign. It's not a long campaign. The first day that I picked it up. First or second day. So I have a little bit of knowledge about how the game works. Which is proving to be very, very helpful here. once again. Should just be able to coast on in. Start angling down. We're going to pick up speed here doing that. Actually, just cut speed fully here. There we go. Nice soft landing. Pick up the last 2 medicine. Keep spamming refuel while we take off. Alright, now that we're in the air, I'll actually start cutting my throttle a little bit sooner than we were doing. And hopefully that will... 135 speed. Yeah, we're coming up on it already. So we should just be able to, once again, coast on in. I still don't think I have the speed to make it from the farm to Maplewood to deliver the food, so we're gonna have to wait before we complete out this quest. Yeah. Still gotta get to the farm anyways. So I think the farm should be lumber camp missions, and that's pretty close, but lumber camp's pretty heavy duty when it comes to the wood and the logs, so I'm not sure this plane's gonna actually be able to take off with all of that sitting on it. Don't do that. 2 tools, 2 lumber, 1 wood log, 3 fruit, definitely not. I guess we'll hit up the town to our left. See what we can find. Oh, we forgot to refuel. Is that the other town? Yeah, there it is. Okay. It's only 2,000 away. We might have been able to make it on the fuel count. I don't know. That would have been close. Better I don't test that. Alright, what all do they need? They need fruit. Alright, we can do the medicine. If we head back to camp, we should be able to do the batteries. I definitely think I'm going to be able to upgrade the vehicle or the plane for 5 more cargo. Don't have enough to do like a double engine plane. I don't even have the correct cockpit for that, so I'd have to jank something together with cargo piece or fuselage piece on the front of the cockpit in order to try and reduce the drag that we'd be seeing there. Because the straight blunt nose of the cockpit creates a good amount of drag when I was looking at it earlier. So we'll go ahead and pick up medicine real quick. We got to refuel again. Oh, while we're doing this, let's we'll go back to base actually. Tail wing. You do provide a good amount more lift. You have significantly less strength though. I want to say what we always did was put this on the top and put the tail wings down on the sides. I think that's how I did it. That sounds about right. Could get that cockpit. Looks like a... No, it's like a jet cockpit or something. But we won't. I want to grab... Where's it at? Small fuel tank. We'll come back in, edit this. And toss 1 fuel tank on here. And extend this out for 5 more. No, we'll extend this out for up to 60. At 60, we're going to be able to take all the medicines at once if we have the power. But now we should have the fuel. Does add a good amount of weight. That is for sure. We're going to be quite a bit heavier, but I think we've got the lift. We may not have the lift. That took us a while to get off the ground. And the front is kind of diving on us. Not too bad of a dive. Even with the fuel, we're going to need to definitely make a pit stop or two before we can make it to that village. I was not paying attention to where I was. I looked to the right. Then all of a sudden there was a mountain right in my way. Let's start planning this out. I mean, that's pretty close. 3,500? We should be able to make that. Right? I don't think we need to jump from you to you to you. I don't see why we would have to. And also, welcome in everyone. I see there's quite a few people here for today. I hope you are all enjoying this game. It's a fun little relaxing game, and I figured just why not kind of mess around with something fun for the night. Fuel that back up. Let's see. What's the next one? 2 big batteries. We can... Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Big batteries are going to be heavy. We got to get all the way over there. We should still have the fuel to be able to get over to the wind farm for the batteries. That one fuel tank is very much helping out. I maybe should have hit it. Oh, we're at the farm. Whoops. We're not gonna be able to get you fruits. We can try delivering fruit to you. I gotta stop dropping my back wheel on the ground like that. 3 tools from the lumber camp. Reset repair. Where do we need to get to? You're closer. I mean, we can try taking all 3, sure. I'm not sure this plane's gonna get off the ground. Oh, it is. You know what? We might have the speed to make this. The landing is gonna be pretty crucial coming down here. But we'll see how well we do. Oh, we still got over half time. We can start cutting speed. We can have a nice safe landing. Half throttle. Didn't need to go half throttle. We're actually picking up speed on half throttle. Oh, beautiful little touchdown. 160 coin, and is that gonna be the final quest on that part? Yep, there's 20 scrap. Maybe can get a new engine off of that. I'm gonna actually head back to base. I hope I can get a new engine. Okay. I need electrical parts for that. 10 thrust, 15, but significantly less. So you have equal to that, even less. That I think we go ahead and unlock that, because that ought to allow us. Actually, you're 400 each. That'll only put us at 6. Even getting rid of that would only put us at 7 right now. So we're not able to get 2 propellers, or yeah, 2 propeller engines. I was planning to kind of lay them side by side, but we're gonna have to get about 100 more scrap before we can do that. Or not scrap, coin. Then we can go ahead and start doing all that stuff. This is fine because we can fly over to the wind farm, pick up one of the big batteries. Hopefully the 2 big batteries give us an extra 100. The story adds a fun little sort of mystery, I guess, to like, ooh, what's going on with the island? Like, I don't know. It's a fun way to keep you engaged and drive, not like a narrative, but drive curiosity, I think, is what I'm looking for there. Spin this on back around. Actually, I don't need to. If you'll load. Don't need to go up to that. Can we take off? Oh, this is gonna... Wheel load was too heavy. We are not taking off. Yep. Okay. We have less lift than the previous aircraft. I mean, we can try that again. We might need to remove the fuel tank. We aren't getting nearly close enough to taking off here. Yep. Straight into that. Alright. We'll have to skip over this mission for now. We made it pretty easily with 3 fruit. I think we're gonna be able to make it with 4 fruit, or we're gonna carry 2 fruit across 2 runs. But we should make it in time. We had an extra fruit on us, and we had finished at about a quarter time, I think, on the run from here to here. So a little bit extra speed, probably a little less fuel consumption. It might be tight, but I think we'll get it. And if not, we'll just go up to the lumber yard. Woo! Came in at a very, very bad angle on that one, and I will not lie. Take off, please. Where do we gotta go to? I don't know why this isn't popping up on the map, despite the fact that we have 2 fruits on us. Oh yeah, look at that, we're at halftime. We don't even have to come in and land properly. We can, skirt on in. $89. Still too short. Oh, look at how close we were there. Exactly 1 coin short from being able to put 2 prop engines on this plane. Quick flight on back. What do you need? You need 3 tools. I guess after this we kind of need to build some kind of heavy-duty plane. We're gonna be running short on everything for a little bit, or at least on light load missions that require speed. Start building speed there. Please take off. There we go. And just gain a little altitude so we can take our hands off the controls here. Oh. So in this game there is 3 biomes. So we're in like the grassy biome right now. There's the snowy biome off that way. And way off in that direction over yonder is the desert. So this is kind of like the starter area. Oh hey, we picked up 5 scrap as well. I didn't realize that was there. That was lucky. When we finish up everything here in the plains biome, we'll end up going over to the snowy biome. That's kind of stage 2. There's a lot of heavy-duty lifting over there. It prepares you for all that kind of stuff. And over at the desert, there's a ton of, variation. There's also, I want to say there's like long distance flying over there. There's heavy duty, and there's a lot of speed-based stuff. So you gotta, build a couple of different planes and be ready to swap between all of them. And that is what we need to be able to... Sweet, I don't even have to get rid of my fuel tank. We can just go ahead and put the new engines on there. Definitely like to have a different what's his face? I'm gonna go ahead and hide this thing up there. We're gonna go ahead and just shrink that. See how it how the drag gets affected there. Just how blunt that is. Stack that stuff on. We'll put 2 propeller engines on that. Definitely not the most aerodynamic thing in the world, but it's got potential. And by potential, I mean we forgot to paint the. It's fine. We should be using less fuel. 5 more lift now, I believe. That seems about right. Right? Yeah, these 2 were 1 fuel each, which is equivalent. No, they're 10 thrust, but 1 fuel each, which is equivalent to the thrust of the starter engine, but at half the fuel economy. Or I guess double the fuel economy, if that makes sense. Like, we're using less fuel. Or I guess technically we're using equal fuel with 2 of these engines, or double the thrust of 1 of those. And we are moving at a significant clip now. 200 speed, just about. A very nice jump there. Go ahead and coast on in. How much do the tools? Alright. You can only carry 2 tools. Is this plane going to take off? Well, that was close. Gonna go over to the farm. That's the closest one, and we're facing that way. at the moment. You need 2 big batteries. You need 4 small batteries. You need 2 tools. Maybe I should have gone down to the wind farm. Not wind farm, the weather station, but whatever. We're already here. Spin it around. Oop. Did not mean to run into the box there. Did not mean to run into the box again. I do feel as if we are having a slower takeoff than we were with one engine. I don't know if that's due to drag. It seems as if we're pretty much just powering through. We are about to pass by. Alright, we're gonna loop around. I didn't realize just how close we were. There we go. Yeah, it seems like now we're just essentially powering through the air with the additional thrust. Whereas we might have been a little more aerodynamically efficient with the previous design. I mean, we'll see if we can get that new cockpit, the like Learjet looking cockpit. We should be able to adjust. We're gonna crash. Ooh, that was close. Let's see. I don't think that's enough. We'll go back to... Now, we'll go grab the 2 new tools, run them down to the station. Do you need some? You need 2 tools. Yeah, we'll run them down to the wind turbines. I think with that, we should then be able to upgrade the plane once again. Get a nice new body style going instead of whatever this pelican looking thing is. Hopefully at the very least. Aha, 69 views, nice. We are children around here. This one. There we go. I don't think I used these engines when I was last playing. I'm pretty sure I just tried to power through with single engine planes until I got to jet engines, or I might have put 2 of the like hungrier 15 thrust engines on to a plane like this. That was a very bad time for me to lose control of the plane there as we were coming in for a landing like this. That was unfortunate timing. 150 coin, nice. And 15 scrap, okay. That'll be enough for us to go ahead and get a new... whatever it is. New cockpit. Yes, we want this Learjet looking one. And it's time for us to build a brand new plane. Goodbye to that thing. Drop that down. Already, look at that. Already at 55. What's his face? Capacity. We are going to basically make this thing small. I'm going to take these, put them high up on the plane. It's going to be prop plane-esque, you know. I don't really remember what a prop plane looks like off the top of my head. So we're going to give it our best shot here to recreate one of those. This is going to be a little stubby, I'm not going to lie. We also don't have any new tail wings. And I'm not sure that we're going to have enough. Ooh, are we going to be able to support the weight of all of this with this design? It's a little too tall off the ground. I want to lower that down. And we should just need one small fuel tank because it should be more aerodynamically efficient, although it is a heavier design, so we'll do 2. There we go. 113, 2 fuel, really good range now. Only question is, will it take off? This is quite a heavy vehicle compared to what we were just flying. Yeah, that's what I was afraid of. Alright, we gotta unlock that, edit. Change that wheel out. Cannot afford that one. Can I see inside? Here we go. Lower these on out. Drop the 1. And that will give me the resources to put a nice large wheel on the backside here. A little bit of an better angle of attack on takeoff. Lower those back down. That looks pretty good. Nose is pointed up. Oh yeah, we are already much faster. You can see the aerodynamic efficiency, although we're not taking off. Aerodynamically, we are more efficient, but we're so much heavier that we now lack the power to take off. We're going to probably need to go to 4 engines if we get the chance to. Who needs batteries? You need 2 big batteries. Are we gonna be able to take 2 big batteries over there? I don't know. Ask the question. Ask the question of the moment. Will this plane be the plane of the hour? Will it rise to the occasion? Will it take flight like a bird? A majestic eagle. Majestic eagles. Go birds. I don't think this thing's gonna take off. 28, 40. What do we need to hit to take off? Because it's definitely not 70. Ooh, I think we might be able to use the cliff to our advantage. 43, 44. Nope, that's not going to work. Yeah. Drats. Alright. Back to base. Vehicle's too heavy. Don't have the power. Shorten it up. Can we just about 100? Takes it down from 17 to 15. Hopefully that's now light enough to take off. Good acceleration. I did see it jerk up a little bit sooner, so we need to hit about 85 to be able to take off. 85, 88. We're gonna be able to do that with batteries on there. No, iPhone, I don't want to update you, even though I know for a fact that I'm about 4 iOS's behind at the current moment. I'm still on whatever iOS is out, I'm not on it. We're pretty fuel efficient. I'm wondering if we could get rid of the fuel tank. because that'll save us another 0.7 weight. See how we do speed-wise. Oh yeah, we are gaining much more speed. 88. Didn't want to take off though. Okay. Don't know what happened there. We had the speed to take off in theory, while we were weighed down a little bit more. So we had to hit something more akin to, I think, 93 to take off. So we'll drop the weight a little bit more. Yeah, now we're taking off at about 84, 85. Even more fuel efficient now, seeing as we're even lighter. Hopefully. E3. Third time's the charm. I think, I hope, I pray, I believe, I fear. I don't know. I don't know why we're fearing. Planes are scary. Kind of. I've only been in bad turbulence a few times on planes. Never anything too bad, except for flying into Midway, Chicago. That's a pretty short runway. That's in the middle of pretty much the middle of the city. So trying to take off, oh yeah, that's much better. We took off at like 79, 80 with this plane. Yeah, we just had to pretty much drop weight. I don't know if we don't have the power, if we don't have the lift. You know, maybe we could have gotten better tail wings, and that would have given us the extra lift to be able to take off. I mean, we got some extra scrap now, so that's pretty good. We're also significantly slower. We're running 100 speed. We were running 200 with one of our planes earlier. But you know, this plane has room to grow. We might be having some teething problems right now. We won't in the future. Or we'll still have the teething problems in the future. But we have room to grow and upgrade out of those problems in the future. Whereas the old, oi, how did we not blow up there? Well, again, I've built such a strong plane that we can run into solid objects like that and not be destroyed. Quite interesting. Almost as interesting as stacking or entity cramming as many jet engines as you can onto this thing, and with enough speed, the laws of aerodynamics bend to your will. Yeah, if you stack enough engines or jet engines onto the inside of a cockpit, you will be able to just take off like a rocket ship. And I found that at some point, the game starts to fragment as you approach certain speeds, which was quite an interesting discovery. I don't know. I never. Blah, 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 blah. I can't speak. I never figured out just how fast you can go because the speedometer down here rolls over. It doesn't keep counting. Like you hit 9,999 speed, and it rolls back down to 0. It's an interesting quirk of the game. I don't think they anticipated anyone to be going that fast at first. The altitude is the same way. You know, you hit 9,999 and it rolls back down to 0, so you got to keep track. I'm not sure there's a limit to how far you can actually go in this game or how fast. At least in the sandbox version. I'm not sure that that's a thing. More lumber. Let's go back to base. New wing. A lot more. Actually, it's got less drag. Way more lift. Unlock that. Edit this plane. Now we take that off. Put this wing on there. Although now we can no longer put our dual engines on here. Yeah, we can't do dual engine anymore. Can I get a different? I'll have to drop that off. We'll go back to a single engine design. I'm not sure this is going to be the best solution, honestly. That looks pretty much right. They look like they're made for each other, it seems. And we can just kind of cheese this with checking how the drag affects that. That doesn't look too bad right there. That's pushing it. I think we can stick with this. Stack that on the back. Kind of looks like a queen bee or queen ant. You know, here's the front section, the legs or the wings, whatever. The big old thorax on the back. Is thorax insect or is it spider? I don't know. I'm not a bug expert, but I know the words. Is there any resident bug experts in chat who can give us some clarity on thorax, on spiders and I guess arachnids versus on insects? This is just not a pretty looking plane. Dear goodness. It really does resemble like just a bug. A really ugly bug at that. Oh, this thing's gonna be heavy. That works, I guess. We can stack one of you on there. We're only holding 127. We have less power than we had with the previous plane. That should technically be half the thrust, not half the thrust. We should have 15 thrust versus 20 on that last one. So unless we, you know, make this smaller. Trash all this. We'll do what we did before. You know, tossing 2 engines onto here. Shrink that up to give us a little bit better. On the drag front, it's not gonna be much at all. Do that. Where's my tail wing? And then the big wheel we need 100 for. We can just pretty much extend this back for all the money we've got. Okay. This seems like it'll work. It's only holding 74 though. Only holding 74, significantly more fuel consumption, but even more thrust, but a higher weight. We'll see. I should have saved that previous plane first. Like, we definitely got the power now. What do we need? 1 lumber, 2 big batteries. Alright, we'll actually complete this one real quick. Get some new big batteries loaded up. I think we can only load the one up. The hope is that with the extra thrust and lift, we shouldn't have any problems with, you know, transporting equipment now. It's just a matter of our range is going to be quite limited. Yeah, we're already approaching half fuel. We're still 2,300 out. And we're only sitting at 130, 140 speed. That is enough. But mild, a little bit closer than I'd really like to cut it with that. One more big battery. And that'll be this one finished up. It is 11:30. Would you look at that? Time flies when you are having fun. I would like to see if I can finish up the planes missions tonight. Not sure how many more I've got. Haven't done anything for the weather station. So that'll take me a good little chunk of time to work through that sequence of, whoa, we're moving too fast. Spam refuel. Come on, take off. Okay, yeah, that's a pretty good takeoff ability. Still think this thing's ugly, but you know, take what you can get. And facing the runway we needed to go to saved us about a quarter of our fuel. So significant improvement over the last run. But that's simply down to just a better takeoff sequence. Not that the actual plane had made an improvement. Alright, both the villages are done. You need lumber. You need small batteries. You need lumber. We're gonna go get the batteries. Let's not hit that tree. I'd prefer if we didn't. Look at the bird! Ah! I'd also like to... I want to put more tanks on here. But if we put more tanks, we're going to increase the weight. Once the weight goes up, we're going to lose what makes this thing pretty decent, which is the thrust and lift that it's got. I don't think we're going to make that in one trip. I mean, we can try to. But it's going to be smart for us to do a touch and go here, shorten up our distance, make the, I think we would have made it. We knocked 2,000 off. Either way, just hit refuel. Doesn't hurt us. Takes a little more time, But that's all. Just dive on down. Oh, man. $60 coins. I like how I'm complaining about being tired. And one, like I said earlier, I start streams at 10. At 2, I'm actively drinking multiple cups of coffee at night. As if that's going to, my medicine, what the hell, bro? As if the coffee is going to solve my sleep deprivation and problems. How much lumber can we fit on this vehicle? We can only fit one. We can't fit any wood logs. Does anyone need one? You just need one. Alright, we'll load you up. Because we gotta head back that way anyways to get to the hospital. Oh, yeah, man. Holy shit, 102 different people jumped in here at one point. What the hell? That's fucking wild. I don't know why Aviassembly got so many people jumping in here. But this has been fun. Even if it's only been for a little hop and go. People have been out in force tonight. So thank y'all. I seriously should go take an eepy sleepy. At least this game isn't lagging like Peak was. The last time I tried to play a new game on here, OBS decided it was gonna run very poorly. And I've seen it happen to a few other people, and I'm wondering if it's through launching Peak and Vulcan versus DX12. If that has anything to do with it. But I should take advantage of the fact that my body is telling me that it is ready to sleep. And I should go rest. Which one do I have? I think it's this one. Yeah, that's the correct one. Properties. Now it's filters. There we go. Hey, you can see my coffee pot that I keep in my room now. Or in my office, I guess. I forgot I've actually got more than one space for once. I used to have to do everything in one room. It's weird having so much more space. I can do a lot more stuff, you know. Set up this space. I've got a skateboard just sitting on the ground. I've got a guitar back there. I have an empty cabinet that I need to figure out what to do. I have 3 more of those in that closet behind me, so I could do something similar with that. Oh, yo, I forgot. I got this thing. Hold on, hold on. Yeah, yeah. We got. I found one of those things at random, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna put that in here, and I meant to turn it on for the stream, and I just saw it sitting there next to me. I was like, you know what? I should actually go ahead and turn that on. There's supposed to be an app for it. I haven't taken the time to download it. If I can find a better spot for that instead of sitting over just yonder, I can get it set up somewhere where it projects onto the space behind me. I think that'd make for a good little, fun little addition. Just have a random disco light or whatever that's called, little light projector going on behind me. Hey, but yeah, thank you all for stopping by. Um, all 107 people that were in here at one point. That's insane. That's way more than we get on even Scrap Mechanic. That's crazy. Yeah, I need to go to bed. Good night, everyone. Thank you.